I don't do many rants about action figures, but after watching Hasbro Pulse, could I have my first rant? God, I hope not. So let's review what Hasbro gave us for Star Wars during Pulsecon 2023. Welcome back to the channel. So first off, I am a vintage collector at heart, but these days, I'm getting more and more into the modern lines of action figures, ever since I've been doing an Ahsoka Tano focus. And if you want to see videos where I show every single action figure that I have of her, plus the ones I need, there's a link down there in the description. And as always, if you want videos about action figures and in-depth history on them, please subscribe to this channel. So, Hasbro Pulsecon 2023 Live. It was this past Friday, the 22nd, and I wanted to wait to do this video because I wanted to see what your reactions were to these announcements. And even after the success of the Ghost, which Hasbro did thank us for backing, as it got fully backed at all tiers, they could not rest on their laurels, and the collecting community let them know about it. And it's what I have to call very mixed reviews on what happened at Pulsecon. We are going to go through all of the new reveals, what's coming up in the pipeline, and some dates that you can mark on your calendar. And of course, I'm going to give you my thoughts on all these as well. And there's also going to be links in the description to Entertainment Earth where you can pre-order your figures and support this channel at the same time. And for doing that, I greatly thank you, as your support makes all of these videos possible. Being a vintage Star Wars collector, even I have my gripes, like why we never got a Tarkin, Bikini Leia, or the Cantina Band, just to name a few. And now being a modern action figure collector, for the first time, I actually found myself shaking my head a few times, and I caught myself doing that and thought, wow, I really give a crap about this. Let's just say that we are a passionate group of collectors, right? So give this video a thumbs up if you feel the same way. Now, I'm not into the app games very much, but they revealed one from the Galaxy of Heroes, and I have to be honest, Lightside Revan doesn't do it for me. However, before I get comments, Revan is one of my favorite characters, and I just bought the book Revan, so I applaud Hasbro giving Revan fans this variant. And let me just say this, we need Revan as canon. Disney, can you please make that happen? This is the first time we are seeing this logo on a card back, and this is a 2-pack, which does have the carded figures inside. I do love the card art for both figures. The Darth Revan is a Kit Bash repaint of the Darth Revan figure. We also get AK-47, we also get HK-47 in his pack. Again, a great card art, and I think this one uses the tooling from the Build-A-Droid version from the Legacy Collection. I really do think these are great figures, and I'm a fan of Darth Revan's molded hood and soft goods accessories. Great detail on these for being a 3.7-inch figure, in my opinion. These figures come carded on their own, and this comes to my first gripe. I am an in-the-box collector, which means if I wanted to get these, I would have to open the container box. So I want to know from all of you, is this going to stop you from buying these as a 2-pack, or would you rather have these individual without the container box? If I got these, I would actually leave it in the box and not open, which kind of defeats the purpose. So I know what they're doing to give us these both in a 2-pack, but I am disappointed in the fact that they are not individual. So there is my first gripe. So what say you? This pack is available for pre-order right now, and links to order yours are down there in the description, or just to check out the figures. Director Krennic is one of my favorite characters, not just in Rogue One, but in all of Star Wars. He is how I imagine a classic officer in the Imperial Navy to be, and not what we got from the sequel trilogies.
I believe he's tooling with you, sir.
The plastic hard goods cape, I am not too thrilled about, and wish they would have used a similar material from the film, which looks like a weatherproof material, almost like a members-only jacket. As the mold the figure used, it actually reminds me from the capes of the Power of the Force 2 line made in 1995. The face sculpt I am a fan of, and it's a new mold, and they did say that this is the first figure to use this new officer mold, and I'm a true fan of that. I also love the card art and the picture that they chose for him, which to me is classic Krennic. This is on the Road 1 card back, no surprise there, and the next one is one that fans have been wanting for a long time. It's Chopper. This is his live-action likeness from the Ahsoka series, and I love the detail on this figure, and this was one figure that I was really happy about, and happy about Hasbro's execution of how they molded the figure. Let me know what you think in the comments, though. This does have the articulation in his dome, which has that nice Chopper feel to it, which, if that didn't happen, just don't make the figure at all. The arms on the dome seem to only have articulation where they connect to the dome, and I wish it did have more, but didn't the Droid Factory version have the articulation in those arms? Let me know in the comments if this is true. You can place Chopper in the diagonal 3-leg traverse pose or his 3rd leg or wheel pose to be set into the body and have Chopper stand straight up. He also gets 2 versions of a radar dish. This is packed in the Ahsoka card art, and my main gripe about this one, it may be a nitpick, but it's how big the bubble and the yellow card pill is. I only say this because on other small droids, like R2, they size it to the figure, and maybe they are just recycling dimensions from other cards, but I think it was a miss in packaging design on this particular figure. I mean, am I being too nitpicky? I mean, I don't think so, but after sitting down with this image for a while, I still feel the same way. So maybe Hasbro sees this video and redesigns the packaging layout, if Hasbro actually watches this. There are 3 figures that I was really hoping for, and one of them was Hu Yang. And this is a brand new figure mold. There are 2 sides of this figure that I really like, and a side of this figure that I really dislike. But first, what I like. What looks like a soft goods pleather skirt around his waist, and I love that there are interchangeable backpacks and accessories. But what I don't like about this figure is the paint app. I feel it looks like a matte finish, and I always saw Hu Yang as more of a metallic finish. And his finish right now, it reminds me of a Federation battle droid. It looks plastic to me. Now, the only figures from the Black Series that I was excited about, and honestly, are the main reasons why I watched the Ahsoka show. So, small little rant. I know that may seem sacrilegious because I am such a huge Ahsoka fan, but when my favorite character of the Ahsoka show isn't actually the main character, but the supporting characters, namely Baylan Skoll, does that say something negative about the show? No, absolutely not. I was a big fan of Luke Skywalker in the original trilogy, but Darth Vader is just such a mysterious character, and I was glued to the TV. Yeah, TV. I actually had to watch Star Wars on VHS. I didn't see it in the theaters when I was a kid. I was glued every time Darth Vader was on that screen. It's the same for Baylan. I think his character is so well written and portrayed by the late Ray Stevenson. I think his story and what his motivations are just keep me glued to this series. Nothing against the character Ahsoka. I love Ahsoka. But to me, Baylan is the best character to come out of the Ahsoka series. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. But back to the toys. I think Baylan's figure looks great. It's an all-new figure mold, and I love the soft goods pleather that they put on him. This is a figure I will be pre-ordering. I'm not too thrilled about Shin's, however. I think the face sculpt is just okay. And I'm not a fan of the hair sculpt either. My first reaction is that it looked like helmet hair, but also seeing all the memes online about the live action's hair design, maybe it's fitting, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the figure. I wasn't excited about a single one of the pipeline figures coming out for the vintage collection. So here they are on the screen. I'm kind of blah over them. I'm not excited about them, and I don't even want to talk about them. I mean, the Mandalorian Judge. Okay. I didn't even know there was a character called Mandalorian Judge. I guess I have to watch with the subtitles on more often, and I guess I have to read the credits more often. And there was also a pretty cool Rex helmet. I don't collect helmets, but I thought that was pretty cool. So now let's get to what I liked and disliked about the Pulsecon stream itself. I actually thought it was cool seeing Dan Larson as a presenter. That's something I would love to do as well, and I'm a big fan of Toy Galaxy, or whatever he's calling his channel these days. No, it's Secret Galaxy. Secret Galaxy. I don't know what the secret is, but I'm a Dan fan. Heck, this channel's name is The Padawan Collector. It was cool seeing people I actually met at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm talking about the Star Wars team on Hasbro. That being said, I know Dan does this for a living, so he is more polished, But seeing the other Hasbro employees present and fumble around, I'll be honest, that was kind of cringe to watch. I know this happens once a year and they are really excited and happy about presenting their own work, but Hasbro, hire some hosts and have them interview the people who work on your products and let the pros handle the transitions, setups, and the presentations. I think they can really tighten up their whole stream and presentation skills. So many millions of dollars are at stake by having us be excited about these. Invest a few thousand on hosts. And yes, Hasbro, I would love to be one. My other major gripe was that I was hoping to get Balin and Shin in the vintage collection, as I do love the detail of the Black Series, but I am a 3.75-inch figure collector at heart and do love collecting mint on card. What did you think of Hasbro Pulsecon 2023? Were there any figures that you were hoping for? Let us know down in the comments. You can find links for pre-orders down in my description, and if you want to support the channel, you can join me over at Patreon for as low as $2.50 a month and get early access to videos as well as free digital downloads of all my collecting sheets. Or if you want to keep your support right here on YouTube, you can join for as little as 99 cents a month. Get early access to videos weeks in advance and member giveaways. I thank all my channel supporters. Without you, these videos would not be possible. And as always, my friend, thank you, and I will see you next time.
If you're new to the channel, check out the welcome video, or just check out the next episode. And please subscribe if you want to follow the journey. And remember, there is no shame in being a Padawan.